Hello, this is Doge Dustings, and welcome back to Mindustry. Last time, we left off after completing a Created Battleground, and we had a pretty big factory built up. I have a grand total of 0 health, and yeah, we started production of silicon, which is going to unlock a lot of technologies. It might take a while, though. No, I don't think it's. I think it's worth getting the core first. I don't know because I also want to get the Grand Factory so I can get the Air Factory so I can get monos because monos are very helpful. The thing is, how expensive is the core? Oh, okay, 6.4K. So maybe we get the Grand Factory first. What? Hello? um, the research didn't used to be that cheap. Um, wow, 5. That is the lowest number I've ever seen in a research. Well, 5. Wait, that's normal. And this low? Okay. Wait, why is it? Why does it cost like? Oh, hey, actually no. This is actually a good change. It doesn't cost coal anymore, so now you don't have to put coal in your core. Um, yeah, I guess we get the crawler, which is actually normal cost. Weird. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just wait for resources to come in. Okay, we have like 1,000 silicon now, so hopefully we can like actually make something of that. Yeah, okay, so we can get the air factory for 900. Yeah, and then the flare costs literally 7 silicon, and the mono costs 1.5k. So we're gonna have to wait for even more silicon. But while we wait, we might actually make a mono factory here because now we have access to unit production. So, also really convenient, there's lead and silicon right here. We can set it up in preparation for it. Can I? Yeah, I can deselect the flare, okay. Um, then just do this. Alright, then this should work. There we go. So now we just have to wait for the research of monos. Also, we can probably delete all of the, sorry, yeah, the lead and copper lines. Monos will automatically mine them. So I didn't even take time to explain what monos actually do. So monos basically are just units that will automatically mine copper and lead for the core. And they don't take up any space because they're flying units, and therefore they're really convenient, meaning that we don't have to, once they're up, we don't really have to have these anymore, except for, actual production of other things. And it's always good to set them up at the start of sectors from now on. That means I can get rid of this as well. So I'm just going to wait for 1.5k silicon. Yeah, alright, waiting's boring, so I'm just gonna do something at least. Just something to do. And we probably could have just waited for the same amount of time, but honestly, I think it's more fun just to make more production. So, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What is that? What is that? No. Okay, so of course time flies when you're actually doing something. So now we already at 1.3k. Just need to reach 1.5. Now we have more than, actually, how much silicon do we have per second? Okay, well, we have more than before at least. That's good to know. Alright, we'll do that. Yeah, no, that works. That works. Actually, no, we're already at 1.5. What am I doing? Alright. Now we can get monos. Yay. Yeah. And we can set this to make monos. Yay. And our power is still fine. Even though there's definitely not enough coal to actually supply both of these. It's better than, at least it's using up all the coal. And instead of like not utilizing some of the coal up here. Alright, now we have to, now it's time for the long wait. We have to get. Yeah, okay, the only thing that's really worth getting before leaving is the core. So it's time for the long wait. 6.4K. Okay, it's been quite a while, but like, yeah, I'm too impatient to actually wait for this to get to 6.4K. Oh, and also we have our monos that are actually working now. Um, and I don't want to wait that long. So I'm just gonna do something really impulsive and just go straight there. Let's go to biomass. Oh wait, oh, what? Okay. We don't get to bring silicon over anyway, so there's no point in keeping all that silicon, but oh well. So now it limits how much you can take. I guess that makes sense, that's why we were able to bring nothing from before. But, now... Oh, there was no sound effect. I turned the music off because it was kind of getting annoying during the video. But that means that there's no landing sound. Wait, we don't even... Apparently, no, we don't get to bring anything. Why do we still have nothing? This is very bad. Alright, well, let's go now. Ooh, very bad. Not good. And also wave in 2 minutes. That's no fun either. Now what? You'd think that we'd be given ample time to set up, but no. We have, already 1 minute left. Okay, time for more graphite. Well, we really don't get any time. I think I've just been playing too much Factorio. So now all the keybinds for me have been messed up. And also, why is it somehow still going the wrong way? I have no idea how this is going. Well, whatever. It works now. And also, since we have to deal with bomb dudes, let's do something like... Yeah, okay, here's where they are. We should just do the same thing as we did before. Okay, why am I putting routers? Junctions are cheaper, technically. And there we go. Perfectly set up. I don't see any problems that could be caused by this. Now that we have graphite, we should make power. Well, firstly, we should use the graphite to make more graphite. That's probably the first. But it's really weird. Why are we still not having anything? Like, hello? We don't bring resources anymore? That doesn't make much sense. Oh yeah, we need glass. This is not looking too good. So... Also, there's no sand, which is bad. Very, very bad. Because this forces us to use pulverizer, doesn't it? Alright? And the pulverizer turns scrap into sand. So we need to do that. Problem is, to get this running, we need power. And the thing is, we needed the sand to make the metaglass to make power. Because we need the metaglass for the water pump to make power, so we have to make a temporary power solution. Was it a bad idea to not get a core first? Maybe. Should we make silicon first? We should make silicon first. Right? And then we can make silicon so that we can make monos. That's probably going to be the play. And we can probably also make another. Are they all... Oh, no, okay, no. Alright, so they do take the fastest route, which is bad, because it'll be fine. We already have stable copper, which is nice. Okay, not enough sand, because not enough scrap. We're starting to get our first trickle of silicon, and also I'm being silly. What the heck is that? I don't like. So we can make more graphite here. Hopefully I won't misplay the schematic a million times. Alright. So the schematic works like this, right? We do this. What? Oh, am I just looking at it the wrong way? It looks like it's going down, but it's actually not going down. It's going up. Alright. So that should work. But see, now there's not enough production, so we can... Alright, that should help a little bit. So now I have silicon and graphite. This... Yeah, that looks really ugly. It's going to have to do for now. So we have silicon. Then we can technically make monos now. Also, I forgot you could pause. Like, I'm being really... I'm doing a good job of this, am I? Well, now, let's pause and think. We have no defenses, barely any resources, and the scrap in the core. Anyways, the most important thing is obviously getting the scrap in the core. And also this has no power. Alright, we got power. So we also need metaglass. Oh, come on. Oh, there's already 8 Okay, excuse me. Excuse me. This is bad. No, 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 no. We don't like this. Why is there tier 2s already? What the heck is this? What the heck is this? Hello? Hello? Excuse me. And there goes my power. Even though, you know, it's not even using any power. Okay, I have to kill this guy. Not making defenses was a bad idea. And our core is getting attacked. Okay, thank goodness it could tank it, but... Ooh, okay, I think I've noticed something, and that's the fact that we can't actually dilly-dally anymore. We should stop this now. Alright, so that was unnecessarily stressful, and what was I gonna do? I was going to do hail spam this time. So, let's try to get that set up before we die. Problem is, do we have access to power type? Yes, we do. Okay, so we could theoretically make power type on the spot. I don't remember all the ratios. Hopefully this is enough. Oh, I forgot to turn it into sand first. We'll put it through, you know what, let's just put it through 3 pulverizers or something. Alright, oh, here they come. Okay, thank goodness. Alright, it's just more ball move. Hello? They're fine. I'm not complaining that they're not moving. That's W, I guess. Alright. So now we're technically making Paratite. Yes, we just unlocked Paratite right on the spot. And then we can just do a thing where we do that. Nice. Okay. We made our defenses. That's good. We're hopefully slightly more stable. I don't know why they're just sitting there. Well, that's cool, I guess. Not complaining. Now I have to make metaglass. Like, kind of right now. I don't get how you're expected to progress normally. Because we can't bring resources. There's got to be a point where you can bring resources again, right? I can't just... it can't just be, like, no resources. For, like, ever. Okay, that was pretty good that I set defenses then. Okay, let's see. What is happening? Okay, okay, I survived. That's good. That is very nice. Good on me, I guess. I guess we'll make batteries because our power supply isn't indefinite. We never know when our power will just explode, so set that up. We'll make metaglass on the spot. We got sand. We got sand and we have lead over here. So we can flow gate straight into a kiln. And that means we finally have glass. So we will be able to make pumps finally. And also, thank goodness the monos got set up because now we don't have to worry about running out of copper or lead. And we got glass. Sort of. Okay, this isn't the best spot, to be honest. We're getting lead from over there, and also from the mono, so I think we should just exclusively use the lead for, you know, these things. Now I have glass. Now we should be able to make a pump soon. And while we're doing that, we should rebuild all the drills we lost. I just set up the idea of a pump. And power. Nice, okay. Now we have stable power. Alright, well this is a little bit harder than it used to be. Okay. That's kind of bad. We should set up menders now to stop this. We still have all those random things from before. And now we actually do have enough pyrite. So we can get to the spam part of hail spam. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, bada boom, bada. Alright, that should be sufficient. So basically, we're never gonna run out. Well, I mean, our firepower is probably fine. We're probably not gonna die. Now what? Well, production of silicon's actually abysmal. Probably because it's not connected, like. Alright, so we should be safer from everything now. And there's a garden in 10 waves, obviously, and flying units exist. Oh, wow, very cool. Well, at least I sniped out of the sky, but, that's a good warning. Put down, then what we can do is we can just get the lead from over here, and we should be safe again. Oh, having no sand is pretty annoying, and we actually have monos again, thank goodness. We're gonna have more than two. We have power working. Okay, power still is kind of bad. That's probably good to upgrade it. Alright, so now we're safe, finally. So biomass is pretty much secured now. I don't think there should be any issues. We could make a second power time mixer, but I think that's a little bit much. Alright, there we go. Now it's the power type from this one's not gonna go back into here and mess up everything else. And now we're safe, I think. We should be more safe. Oh, and also what am I saying? Our core is kind of cooked. You know what? Another one. Another one. Another one. Okay. That should heal pretty quickly now. And I don't even know why we're here again. Is there any new tech unlocked by just arriving here? No? Alright, well, yeah, I guess we have to try to not die again. Also, we have 4.2k silicon now, which is getting closer to our 6k that we wanted. More enemies. Oh, okay, there we go. We see them. Okay, no, the hell's good. The hells are dealing as well. We could use arcs to defend against these. Yeah, you know, I'll just put more. I just put arcs. And with arcs, that means we need power storage, which means we make probably more than the 9 batteries I made as just a safeguard at the start. Might as well put another one. Alright, so now we should make more power storage than this. And also, what's cool about biomass is that we unlock the cultivator, which means we can get spore pods. And what do spore pods do? Pretty much nothing except make oil. And what does oil do? Nothing for now, pretty much. So, honestly, spore pods aren't even that big of an unlock. When it's raining. So now we're slightly slowed down. We probably don't need this very temporary power setup anymore, do we? And also, there's not enough stuff here. It looks slightly less ugly now. And it has 3, so it has enough to actually support this. It probably doesn't have enough scrap now. Oh, and this is actually overflowing with scrap, so we can overflow that over to here. We already have spaghetti madness. Oh, and also we're at max mono, so that's nice. We can barely run a single silicon smelter. Let's see how good we are doing against waves. Oh, okay. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. And yeah, of course they go for power supply. I hate you. Oh, did I just get killed by flares? Well, I didn't even know they could target you. They can target you now. Yeah, apparently they're really good at dodging because they just move randomly. Go away! My goodness. All right. Apparently we need better defenses over here. It's the same as what happened in creative battlegrounds. If you don't put more defense or your general air defense next to power, you're screwed. Well, I guess we're putting another air thing over here. I don't even know why they didn't target this before, because before they were going over there, even though there's already steam generated here. Or maybe I have really bad memory. Okay, that should solve everything, pretty much. And we currently aren't dying, so Now, actually, no, yeah, we're blocked up on Pyrite. So you know what that means, we're gonna have even more. Yeah, just another one. Yeah, that's the general idea. Except I can't place on things that are about to get deconstructed. Which I guess makes sense. But I don't know. Alright, this should suffice. Alright, so now I have like, I don't know, 30 hails. And we probably don't need the bonifactor anymore, to be honest. And we also don't need all these menders, so get rid of them so they don't waste power. I'm just wondering if we have enough silicon for the research. No, we don't. We just created battlegrounds producing silicon. I think so. It was on 2K before, but now it's not on 2K. It's on 4K. Okay, well, I think we're fine. The Hails are doing a good job at just obliterating everything. Problem. Slag burns. So, either put a mender, or, um, or, or actually, no, we can do it on top of that. We can put a water turret there on top of it to put out fires. But it actually might not be a good idea, because the water will also shoot at the enemies, which will put out the fire burning effect that the hails provide using the pyrite ammo. So what we can do is that we can put the wave so that it just hits the walls and not in front of the walls. So hopefully that will solve everything. It's cool that there are turrets that can put out fires, so we can hopefully slightly reduce damage. It's probably not even worth it, but it's cool to have. Okay, now the walls will self-heal, and we'll probably... I mean, the sector's almost captured. Probably get away with just finishing off the sector. I'm worried that we'll run out of ammo, so I'm actually going to wait for the next wave, because we need time to get all the pyrite set up. And we probably need more scrap. More scrap, or more sand. And also, we could even look at what we're going to get when we capture the sector, because obviously we're gonna get these two new sectors unlocked. And yeah, this is probably the cultivator. And then we'll probably be able to repair the cultivator, even though it's not even really worth doing that. Well, let's just repair all the random derelict things, because we can. Boom, boom, boom. More resources. Doesn't even cost anything to repair these. Imagine if we could repair these titanium conveyors. That'd actually be diabolical. Because then we'd be able to get titanium where there's no titanium. Actually, yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. I could probably heal this. I'd also probably change this to... Ooh, okay, 24 enemies. That's a lot of enemies. And there's a lot of things. Okay. Alright, luckily we're fine. And also the air stuff was taken care of. Oh, really? Do I have to put walls here? Oh well. There's 2 more waves. And hopefully we don't die. We could add another one of these scatter things to hopefully kill off all of those air units faster. And now this is running low on coal, I've noticed. So we can replace all of these with pneumatic drills and probably even add more here because there's just random coal here. Yep, okay, that should work. We should be getting enough silicon. Probably not enough to like research something vital. But speaking of which, can we get something vital? No, we still only have 4.8k. Now let's see what we have next. Guardian next wave. And they made the wave before it really easy. I could even like add more of these. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready for the final wave. Ooh. Yikes. Those guys are gone. Those guys are also gone. And why is it not taking damage? Why is it not taking... there we go. No issues. Oh, and also the water art's doing its thing. No casualties? Yeah, no casualties, mostly. Pretty much no casualties. So, there you go. Sector captured. And, therefore, we unlock a research. And I meant one research. Literally just this. And yeah, everything else was already there. So that's cool, I guess. So I guess we can repair these now. Cool. I'm obviously not going to use them at their current location. It's just free resources, so might as well. And if I remember correctly, cultivators are in the drill section because you drill spores, obviously. And we can just figure out what this does. Water. Actually, no, yeah, why are we putting it here? Just put it next to water. So we just need water and power, I believe, to make spore pods. A lot of water, though, so... Okay, there we go. Spores unlocked. Which means we unlock new research. Like the spore press to make oil. So that's cool. Make oil for the sake of making oil as well. And there we go, now we have oil. Is there anything unlocked because of oil? Nope, literally nothing. Okay, that was so useful. Yeah, alright. So there you go. We captured biomass. And now we can move on to the Stain Mountains or Fungal Pass. And I think Fungal Pass is not a good idea because it's not even though it has even less threat than Stain Mountains is definitely more worth it because of titanium. And titanium is like the best thing. I mean, obviously it's not the final resource, but it unlocks so many things, and it's basically lets you get upgraded versions of everything. And now I'm confused about why this isn't producing anything. I'm just confused that it was taking so long. What we could do is we should up the production of silicon here as well, so that we can finally unlock the core, and then yeah, that's about it. We don't really need anything else. We need to get more silicon. Let's firstly make some space. We don't need this anymore. No stress on our production anymore, so we don't need this. We don't need that. And we also don't need this. We have enough glass, don't we? I don't know if it's worth getting more glass, but might as well. And also, what am I doing? I've never connected those. Additionally, you know what? Let's make everything a lot easier instead of making all these, like, a whole bunch of these, like, little scrap to sand machines in, like, different places. We should make one central giant scrap to sand factory, which will let us get all the sand we'll ever need forever, pretty much. And everything will be good after that. It's actually probably not worth it to even have batteries at this point because we're not using arcs, so we're not going to get fluctuating power usage. So, we could also probably get rid of, like, all this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Repair this because why not? Oh wait, no, good. It's a derelict structure, but I can repair it. What am I saying? No, I can't repair it. I can open it. Alright, well, I mean, don't need any of this. You know, destroy the entire defense. Because coal could always be used for more silicon production. After sitting here deconstructing for a while, I've just noticed that the sound of deconstructing a 1x1 block building is different from the sound of deconstructing a 2x2 block building. Am I going crazy? Okay, that was way more time than I'd like to admit just deconstructing that thing, but at least that's done. Also, I want to get rid of these. I also don't need these. So. Oh, you can actually get such a clean, like, environment. There's no reason for that to be that satisfying. Also, we don't need defenses, so we can get rid of these. Alright, nice. Now we can work on actually getting this, idea set up. Alright, so what we can do, okay, we'll get the most optimum setup here. This, that, this, this. We need to get this out of here, this down. I'll probably see when I figured out how to get, all the scrap onto a big mega conveyor. Hey, I think now is that time. I don't actually feel like putting all of scrap on because it's a lot of scrap. But this is probably enough scrap for a while. Alright, so let's think ratios. This takes 1.5 scrap into 1.5 sand, and conveyor stores 4.2 items per second, which is roughly enough for 3 pulverizers. So we have to put 3 pulverizers for each of these. So what we can do is we can do 2 belts. Actually, I want to get one more belt of scrap set up, because what we can do is for each belt, we can put them through a distributor, and then put that into 6 pulverizers. Lets us end up with, well, oh, it's going back into the distributor. Ooh, that's bad. I don't know how to stop this. I guess we'll make a cleaner design. Alright, there we go. There's the sand machine. The pulverizer 9000. And the problem is that this is being set up in a really bad spot. But oh well. What we need is even more scrap. So this will probably be the final belt of scrap that we need. And pick up some more on the way down. Now here's our final belt of scrap. That will just copy paste this and turn directly into a whole bunch more sand. Okay. So that's cool. Now we have all the resources to make. This is a full belt of sand. So this should be able to supply 1 silicon smelter roughly. Yikes. Maybe this just isn't the best sector for silicon. Oh, okay. I didn't make a very good zipper design. It uses titanium conveyors, so that's... Now we just need the coal in here. Probably like roughly a full belt of coal. At least this functions. It's gonna be functional. Okay, and we power this, and then we send it over like that. What do we even use the excess sand for? Even more silicon? We could. Okay, yeah, full belt of coal ends up with full belt of silicon. Then what we could do, after removing this and redistributing it, so it's like that, and also copying this over, and also adding even more coal. That's more than a belt. Oh wait, no, there is sand. I forgot that you can just get sand from here. I mean, very silly. There's literally sand right here. But if you want more than the starting amount of sand, then you need to use the scrap. But oh well. We've already set up all this scrap to sand conversion, so might as well. Might as well keep it. We're spore slowed now. So, like, okay, I guess. No, let's do that. And this will end up with 2 belts of silicon. Just barely support. This is very bad, actually. What even is this? What's even happening here? Junction. Actually, yeah, no, this actually works somehow. I can actually get away with that. Alright, so here is our finished result. Nice. Why is this not working? Oh, no power, obviously. Okay. We do that. Alright, now we have our full silicon throughput. And we already have 1000, so we should be able to, on top of everything else, we should be able to research this. Why? I feel like the other sector, Created Battleground, I don't think it's producing anything. It really doesn't feel like I've gotten, now. Oh well. Okay, here's our giant spaghetti base. We still have good power supply. Everything's just getting scrapped. We could probably get away with actually a 4th one, to be honest. Probably get away with that. Oh, wait. Hello? Oh, it's also not powered. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now I have even more silicon. And we can probably overflow this into there. That slight bit more throughput. And now actually we do have pretty much just as much silicon as we had on Crater Battleground. So that's nice. And we might as well do that. Yeah, alright. There you go. we just need 1.3k more. So I'll actually just wait for that. Okay, we should have enough right now. Really, we should have enough. Hey, okay. So also, yes, the other one's producing silicon. It looks like we have roughly double the amount of the stuff we're getting from here. So yes, we are actually getting production from created underground, which is very nice because that means we pretty much have 4 silicon belts worth of silicon coming in. And now that we have the core, or we unlock the core, now we have to actually get the resources for this core, which is actually going to be the hard part because now I have to wait on each sector for 2,000 silicon. But that won't be that bad. Only be a little bit more for weights because it won't be like a super big jump like, I don't know, sorry, 6,400 silicon. It's a lot better. And also, might as well research these because we actually have good silicon production. Might as well research these ones that we haven't researched yet just to finish it off. Also, get rid of all scrap. So, what will be good about the new core is that not only will we get more storage for everything, so we'll get up to 9,000 capacity, I think. We'll also get a better core unit right here, and it'll be able to shoot faster or have more damage. And it'll actually be able to build faster, which is probably the most important part because, you know, one-on-one combat isn't really the thing here. But what's cool, wait, you see that? It's trailing particles, or the core unit is trailing particles. It goes around probably because it's spore slowed. It has spores leaking from it. That's a cool detail. Yeah, no, actually, we'll actually wait now. Ooh, but I really wanna get rid of these. Oh, it's so satisfying. We could theoretically get titanium here. And I actually think there might be a renewable way of getting titanium here, but we need some other technology first. Yeah, I think that's all the random stuff on the ground. It'd be really nice to have, conveyors with more throughput because this is actually ridiculous. But yeah, alright, now we'll actually wait for 2,000. Alright, okay, we have 2,000, finally. Yeah, we can do the thing. Yes. Kaboom. Big old core. Now we can store up to 9,000 things for each resource. And that also means we're really, really low on copper and lead because we use it all on this. But now when we respawn, will be a different unit. Which, ooh, actually, that's a cool laser effect. I've never had before. Oh, and also, it doesn't have rotating guns. It used to have guns that could like rotate on their own. But I guess it just can't do that anymore. It has to turn. So yeah, it can't shoot. It gets slowed down by shooting backwards. Okay, so that's interesting. And also, because of a new core, yeah, sorry, because new core, we also get more units per type. So we can now have 16 monos instead of 8 monos. And therefore we'll get even more copper and lead, which we'll probably need because we have a really low amount of them. And also, what are these settings? Enter payload block. What's the enter pay? I know this is just move. Like you can set it to move. Can I can actually. I can select monos now. You're able to select monos to move. Also, this is a hexagon, which it wasn't. Okay, so you can move units still, but now you can move monos, which you weren't able to move before. They just used to automatically just do go mining, which obviously I can set to mine. I can also set them to mine scrap, and which is actually pretty interesting. You can set automatic mining, and you can also have them set to mine specific things, which is actually pretty interesting because you could probably make some specific contraption or something. Also, I should probably set this back to automatically start mining because I don't want them to just sit there waiting for my command. But now, what does enter payload block do? Okay, well, the other ones have an X, but this one doesn't have an X. Does this mean like it enters like payload conveyors, even though we don't have them? Because you need titanium for some reason. Okay, well, we'll figure that out later. You go back to mining. Good job. Well, I guess that's this sector done. We'll soon be able to move on to the next sector, which will be Why Did I Press Research, which will be Stain Mountains, and hopefully with this time we'll be able to bring resources over because it's kind of getting ridiculous now. Well, thanks for watching, I guess.